So are these the companies that are involved in this? So I know that of the school that is in no way linked to whatever he is doing. The school has been, the document I showed you, I need that document, please. The document I showed you was planned, everything here was planned in 1964. That's what you're seeing here. Again, I will re-emphasize.
Wait.
Because this English drops in me.
Let's just wait for the principal. It's somewhere here.
Somewhere here.
Yes. So you can see the distance, even on the document I showed you. It's there.
Correct.
It's correct. And so they are there. So why would you go and destroy a school like this? So let me just wait for the principal.
It's just like a tenant going against that.
Yes. This is not right. Yeah. Exactly. Good question. I know where they're allocated from. Because this is where the school.
Check around there.
It's not recorded. It's not recorded. It's not recorded.
So that's the controversy.
Yes. So which experts will be able to tell, but these things have been agreed since time. And this development plan was 1964, and all of these things have been done, since then. So why would it be changed, now? If you want to acquire, you would acquire excluding where people would. It's your cost, it has to be your cost. When you acquire it, commonsensically, it has to be. If you're saying it's 10 meters.
When I came here, see all those punches that when they now they talk about this long has anyway, you know, yes, now there's a long pop. They don't look before anybody when they want that incident.
Oh, did.
See the matter. It's dangerous. So if business closed, then a problem.
I say wait there.
You do like that, Abby? Isn't it? You say yes. You're my own brother. My own brother. Oh.
I'm with Alalen. Because it's not joke. They compare.
That's the game.
This barrier, this barrier was together. This one, it was somebody that moved it. This place.
So
That's all.
that is what and they said. No.
Yeah, yes.
Some time ago. It fell out from the 1958 agreement of Jumbo House and Finima and the Brown House of Finima and Jumbo House of Bonny. We gave, and Jumbo House, when I talk about Jumbo House, there are three families in Jumbo House: Dan Jumbo, John Jumbo and Jumbo House. So I am the chief of Dan Jumbo House. There is currently no chief of Jumbo House, and the chief of John Jumbo House is also there. So by virtue of that, this pipeline was given to Shell, which now has been taken over by Renaissance. And so the pipeline But there has been a development plan by the Jumbo House. This is the development plan for this place. It predates the 1978 Land Use Act. This development plan shows you exactly where this pipeline runs. And then the houses, the way we also allocated houses to people outside of the pipeline. So this line you see here is a pipeline. That's why it's written here, Shell pipeline, Shell BP pipeline. So it runs here. We know exactly what we have given them. And then this again are also, this is Bonny Government School. This is a 1964 document. This document was done in 1964. This whole plan, 1964. Then Bonny National Grammar School is here. Everything has been planned. And so when on earth did this place belong, when did the pipeline move from where it should be originally to other people's properties, that this destruction would happen here? So this is pretty wrong, and this is what I have come to inspect, to see why this has been done, and to make sure that tomorrow this kind of a drama does not happen again. People will lose their lives when their properties are destroyed for nothing. If there is need to acquire extra land, you can. It's simple. It's simple. You're dealing with human beings, and global best practice. You know, this kind of a thing cannot happen anywhere. I live in the UK, you know, and I administer my house from there. I come every quarter, you know, to look at things here. I don't understand why this kind of a drama should happen when we have this completely designed and outlined properly. So I expected that if the companies want to acquire additional land, what they will do is, you know, meet with the owners of the property and say, look, we want to acquire your property because we have a new project we want to do. Based on that, they will agree with them. In fact, there will be community town hall meetings. There will be EIA reports. We want to know what you're doing because the impact of what you're doing, how it affects our people.
We would like for you to officially introduce yourself on camera, sir.
My name is Chief Clinton Danjumbo. I am the chief of Danjumbo House of Grand Bonny Kingdom, and I am also a member of the Council of Traditional Rulers in Bonny Kingdom.
All right, Chief. Today, you are not happy. You are out with members of your house here. Apparently, something is the object of your displeasure. If you could talk to us about what is irking you this morning and explain to us why exactly you are out this morning.
Well, I got information whilst I live in the United Kingdom, but I, superintend my house from there, and I visit every quarter. Now, I was informed that my alma mater the fence of my alma mater was destroyed by a company that claimed to want to undertake an additional project on this pipeline. This pipeline was one allocated to Shell Shell Petroleum Company, and it was part of an arrangement that had to do with the 1958 agreement of Jumbo House. The Jumbo House is made up of 3 houses: Dan Jumbo, John Jumbo, and Jumbo Main House. The chief of Jumbo Main House is not there, not available. Also, we do not. The chief of John Jumbo House is not here present, unavoidably absent. So, being one of the chiefs of the house, hearing this, I decided to come down to see things for myself. And what I saw was shocking, that the entire school fence had been pulled down in a time when we are challenged in a country with so much insecurity. Bonny has just had a road linking it to Port Harcourt. Prior this time, we have never had roads. We come by air or by sea. Somebody, with the insecurity challenges, any of these children here, as they're exposed today, can be kidnapped. Yes, sir. It is sad that this happened in this place. There is no linkage between the pipeline, the land that was allocated to Shell, and this school. Everything was planned out in this document in 1964. This is a survey plan that, took on the development, that describes the development arrangement for this whole place. There is no linkage. The pipeline was properly identified. The school was also identified. All of the schools that are in this locality, we are all identified. And somebody had the brazen effrontery of coming to do this in a time like this, at a time like this. It's just sad that this would happen.
Thank you. You mentioned Shell. We know that as of this moment, Shell in your interactions with them.
I have not had any direct interaction with Shell, neither have I had one with Renaissance, whom they divested to. But what I am, focused on is the fact that this is the property of Shell, and by extension, now by Renaissance. This is their property. They own this property because the pipeline was given to Shell. The allocation was done to Shell by the Jumbo House. The same way Jumbo House gave Shell this property was the same way Jumbo House gave Bonny community this land to build this school. It is interesting to note that people contribute. This is a community effort. People contributed their 1 naira, 1 kobo at that time to be able to build this school. Those who had more than 1 kobo contributed more. That was how this school was built. That is the school I attended. Over 70% of Bonny people attended this school. And that for somebody to come and destroy a community project is sad. It can happen in any other clime. And that's exactly what the worry is. And that's why I am joining the matter. I've taken an action to take Renaissance to court. We're in court, on this matter. And I've already applied to join the matter because the tenants themselves, who were allocated this land, took the companies that they identified as the owners of this, and the perpetrators, their agents, to court. So I have applied as the landlord to join the matter. I am landlord to Shell. Jumbo House is landlord to Shell. And by extension, I am also a landlord. I've been one of the chiefs of Jumbo House. So we are in court with Shell, with Renaissance on this matter.
So other than Shell Renaissance, you just mentioned agents and perpetrators of this demolition. Can you mention 1 or 2 agents involved in this?
In fact, interestingly, I have refused to know their agents because the principal is responsible for the actions of his agent. That is the law. So the law says the principal is responsible for the actions of his agent. So I'm particular about the principal. I'm not interested in the agent. So it is Renaissance that I know. He owns this pipeline. So he's the one that I'm taking on in court. They should come and tell me how much land my grandfathers gave to them. Because my grandfather was a chief. In fact, his elder brother was a chief at the time this happened. And my grandfather took over from his elder brother. And I took over from my grandfather. So it is something I know. And that's why I have the records.
So what are your demands today?
My demand is simple. Come and negotiate. Go and negotiate. In fact, you have to start with, we want to know what you're doing. It's commonsensical. The EIA, there has to be an EIA. We want to know the impact of what you're going to bring in here. Is that not what the best global practice? Who will not do an EIA? Who on earth will not do an EIA for the project he wants to undertake? So that people know the impact it's going to have on them. Look at our mangrove forest. They have destroyed all of that. Had the brazen effrontery of going into a mangrove forest that belongs to the people, destroying the aqua lives there. We want to know, we want them to come and negotiate with the tenants. You can't just go and destroy somebody's property. They've destroyed people's property. They should go and negotiate with them and pay them appropriately what is due them.
NNPC wrote to us that they want to destroy our fence and reroute the pipelines. And we were not happy about it because it's going to disrupt school security and the normal interplay of school activities.
So after they wrote to you, saying that they wanted to reroute their right-of-way and they wanted to bring down your fence, what happened next? Did they just unilaterally come to, what actually happened next? Because we see the fence is down.
We just came to school one day and we saw their facilities and they started scattering the fence. That was what really transpired.
During school hours?
Yes. Children were here. You can see our fence has been disrupted. Even the school has been taken. Even the construction by the government has even been disrupted, and that's what took place here.
Okay, Mr. Hart, what action, since that happened, what action did the school leadership that you represent, what action has been taken so far?
School, we're under the government. We've written to the Minister of Education. They are aware of this. Even the schools board are aware.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did they write back?
I think the ministry is in charge of the schools. They're handling the matter as we speak.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, Kalada Lion People. This is my local government. I'm a native of Fire Minimal Community, Bonny local government.
We understand that you're an eyewitness and you experienced what occurred. Can you, like, in 1 minute, summarize what happened?
Okay, it's a very simple one. I think I'm also a landlord, you know. It was about a year before last, I think earlier last year they came and they told us that our house was among those houses they will bring down, and there is a pipeline that passed, an old pipeline. They didn't tell us that it was a new pipeline. And at the end of the whole day, I think after 2 months, we were invited to Port Harcourt for a meeting, not knowing that the meeting was a kangaroo meeting, and they told us that we should hold the meeting at Kilimanjaro, close to GRA Junction. So when we went there, it was a bank. So they now told us that they want to pay us. And so we said, why? That the information we heard that we want to hold a meeting. And since for the past 2-3 months before they came, they didn't call us for meeting. It was, the call is for many of payment. So at the end of the whole, some of us were paid. Argument came up and all the rest of them. But threatening was also made that if we didn't collect the money, they would just come and bring down the building. And we don't have any other option to do that, and we collect what they gave to us. So what they paid me on this building was about 10.5 million naira. And it took me close to 5 to 6 years to complete this building in Bonny. And in our island, it is difficult to build a house because you cannot compare an island to upland, because the cost of building a house in Bonny Kingdom today is a very big amount of money. So some of us that is landlord, some of that is house owner, it takes us years to build a house. So you cannot just come one day and frustrate us. And some of us were homeless, some of us we don't have any other thing to do, you know. So the situation became bad, and in a situation where we see them, you know, bringing down houses and all the rest of them. But in initial, we asked for documents. I think I asked for documents. They should show us the document that warrant them to say, this place belongs to them. It was later we now knew that it was a fresh job that I've come to do in the community.
You keep saying they. Who is the they that called you for a meeting, and who is the they that is trying to bring down your house?
Well, I said it was when we went there, not the company that addressed us. I think the man that addressed us is the chairman of BEG, Ama Allison. That's the man that addressed us. Ama Hart. Yes, he's the one that addressed us, and you know, some of us were there. We tried to, you know, but the company didn't come out and said we are the company. They didn't come out. We didn't see them, you know. But we know that it was them that made the payment. But it was not the company that addressed us. You know, it was the chairman of BKDC chairman that addressed us, which his name is Amiria Hart.
Is it the current commissioner?
Yes, commissioner for land and urban development. Wow. You know, and I think Bonny Kingdom Development Committee.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you. You were just confirmed as a commissioner.
My name is Waris Enebosa Godwin T. Hart.
All right, what is Senebo? You have an issue. Your fence. You can see that your fence is demolished. What happened? What happened with you and between you and who? And what happened here?
They came that I have to give the right of way. So from where you are standing now to the end of that gate there is 3 meters. That is the right of way, which I did. Then they compensated me with 2 million naira only for the right of way.
When you say right of way, like compensation for what?
Compensation for the right of way.
Okay. Did you demolish anything?
I demolish it.
What did you demolish?
I smothered that is the fence.
Okay.
I demolish it. Then give 3 meters to where the fence is now.
Okay. Okay. Then what happened next?
Then, as it happened, I work in Shell. I retired. I worked for Shell in 30 good years and retired. So, before I built this house, as I acquired this land, I went to Terminal Head. Mr. Thomas Graham, he was the terminal superintendent at that time. I went to him that this is the land that I want to acquire, that he should help me to know whether the house will be at a pipeline side. So he called the senior terminal supervisor with a map. They came here with me. I showed them. They told me that the building where where the building is now is where I will start. I will start. Then take it back that I should not confront, which I did. So all this one is just fence, which I did later. And they came again that the thing is too long. I have to demolish it, give her 3 meters from the right of way, which I did. Now, nobody will tell me that this house has something to do with a share pipeline. It has nothing to do with it. I could remember in 1992, they wanted to bring another pipe from Bomu side. They come map from that end there, come to here. It divided my building into two. The building, the map, the one that was to come, divided this building into two. They asked me to submit my building plan, everything, so that they will pay me adequately, which I did. At the time, they did not bring the pipe again. They brought the pipe from that Bomu area, come reach Peter side, in front of Peter side, cross it to Shell Terminal. Cross it to Shell Terminal. They cross it to Shell Terminal. So that is the end.
As of today now, what is happening? After you moved your fence, are they saying they want to bring your house down? What is the problem?
They are saying that after demolishing this opposite side, they will come to this side and demolish it, which is wrong. The pipeline, there's nothing like pipeline here. The building was set back. It did not encroach to the pipeline. So what is the need of coming here to demolish? See where the pipeline is at the center here. It doesn't come here. What they paid here is a right of way. That has nothing to do with the pipeline.
So you're saying your building is out of it?
Out of it. Out of it. The terminal head, as I was walking, he helped me, brought the map, showed me where I start my building, which I did. And I said, they want to bring another pipeline that nearly damaged this one. They did not bring it again. They shipped it back from the side to cross the terminal.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.